So if you're a creator, listen up. This might just be the most important strategic shift you ever make. We're talking about the move from just collecting followers to actually building and owning a community. It's the difference between being a renter and, well, building your own digital empire.
Man, this quote just nails the dilemma for creators today, doesn't it? Think about it. You pour years of your life into building this incredible audience, this massive, gleaming skyscraper of influence. But you don't actually own the ground it's sitting on. You're just a tenant.
And that's the real kicker, right? What happens when that landlord, the platform, decides to change the algorithm, or they update their terms of service, or, they just decide your content isn't a priority anymore? All of a sudden, your entire business is totally at the mercy of a landlord you can't even get on the phone.
So this is what we call the rented land crisis. It's this fundamental instability that pretty much every creator is dealing with, whether they know it or not. Your business is built on a platform you have zero control over. And yeah, it feels safe and secure, right up until the day it isn't. You know that huge follower count you're so proud of? Let's be honest, it's not a real business asset. It's kind of a vanity metric. Because you can't email those people. You can't reach them directly. You're basically just borrowing their attention from the platform that truly owns that relationship.
And the most painful symptom of all this renting is something I like to call the algorithm lottery. Seriously, every single time you post, you're just buying a lottery ticket. You're hoping that some mysterious black box algorithm decides to show your work to the very people who already asked to see it. It's a gamble, every time. This whole crisis really boils down to four key weaknesses. You've got the algorithm lottery, which we just talked about, but you're also dealing with caps on how you can make money, a total blackout when it comes to your audience data, and, of course, all the toxic noise you have to cut through just to get heard. And this chart just visualizes the brutal reality of that lottery. You could have a massive audience, 100% of them right there. But on a really good day, maybe 5 to 10% of them will actually see what you post. It's like you're shouting into a void and just hoping to hear an echo back. Then, of course, there's the money. Even when you do manage to earn directly on these platforms, they take a huge slice of the pie. You can think of this 30% number as the platform's tax on your creativity. The house always gets its cut first, and believe me, it is a big one. But honestly, the most dangerous weakness of all might be the data blackout. You don't actually know who your followers are. You don't have their emails, you don't know their real interests. If that platform were to shut down tomorrow, your audience would just vanish, and the value of your business could literally plummet to zero overnight. Okay, that was a lot of doom and gloom. I get it. But now for the good part, the solution. Let's pivot and talk about the owned network advantage. This is all about moving from being a digital tenant to becoming a digital sovereign. It's about building your community in a space that you and only you control. And just look at the difference here. It is staggering. It's night and day. On rented land, your reach is tiny, the platform takes a cut of your revenue, they own your data, and you have to play by their rules. But in your own empire, you have direct reach, you keep all the revenue, you own all the data, and you make the rules. It is a complete and total power shift. Back to you. Just let that sink in for a second. 100% reach, no algorithm. When you post a message in your own network, every single person in your community sees it. The line of communication is direct, it's unfiltered, and it's guaranteed. You are no longer playing the lottery. This control also completely transforms how you make money. You can build your entire business all in one place. You can offer tiered memberships for exclusive content. You can sell courses or merch directly, no middleman. You can even create your own little internal economy. The value flows directly from your fans to you. But here's where things get really magical. Your followers, they shift from just passively consuming your stuff to actively participating. They start talking to each other, not just to you. And this creates a network effect where the community itself starts generating value. It takes all the pressure off you to be this 24/7 content machine. All right, so you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing, but how do I actually do it? Well, the key is what we call the value ladder. It's a clear, step-by-step path to guide those passive followers into becoming deeply committed members of your tribe. The whole journey begins on social media with simple awareness. Somebody sees your stuff and thinks, hey, I like this content. The first crucial step is to get them off that platform and into a free community that you own. That's where their mindset shifts to interest. They start thinking, I want more of this vibe. From there, you can offer a premium tier for the real fans, the ones who want that inner circle commitment. And the final step? Advocacy, where they become leaders themselves and feel like this is my tribe. So here's the launch blueprint. First, you start small. You seed the culture with your absolute biggest superfans. Then, you use a little velvet rope marketing to make it feel special and exclusive. Next, you drop content in there that they can't get anywhere else. But the most critical step, and I mean this, is this last one. You encourage members to connect with each other, because the moment someone makes a friend in your community, they are hooked for life. At the end of the day, this strategy isn't just about a new business model, it's a fundamental shift in your identity as a creator. It's about evolving from being an influencer who's just chasing attention to becoming a leader who's actually building a home for their community.
See, an influencer broadcasts. A leader builds. Broadcasting to a crowd is fleeting. It's a one-way street. But building is durable. You're creating a culture, a space, a digital nation with its own identity, and you're the one leading it. So, I'll leave you with this final question. As a creator, every single piece of content you make is a choice. Are you just laying another brick on someone else's rented land, feeding an algorithm that honestly couldn't care less about you? Or are you laying the foundation for your own sovereign nation and building a legacy that will actually last?